Bienvenido a Inglés en el Sofá, el podcast en el que te pones cómodo, te tomas un cafecito y te llevas un mensaje de buena vibra mientras mejoras tu habilidad de escucha en inglés. Este es un programa creado por The Web Inglés en Casa. Búscanos en YouTube y suscríbete. We have been talking about how to grow. That is the topic we have been talking about in previous episodes. And today I want to talk about one feeling, one situation which affects millions of people in the world. It is a topic which is a lie, but people don't want to believe it. What I mean is that you say or you tell people, hey, no, you can do it. You are able to do this. You are beautiful. You are handsome. You have all the abilities. And those people say, okay, yes, but they don't really believe it. And it happens because they have a low self-esteem. That is exactly the topic I want to talk today. Remember, guys, that these audios are for improving your listening skill in English, but of course to get a strong message, a strong and motivational message. So, it is about self-esteem. People don't believe in themselves. And that is a big problem because when people don't believe in themselves, they are going to focus on opinions, they are going to focus on other people, they are going to focus on situations, but they are not going to focus on what they are, what they can do, on their abilities. And for that reason, people don't grow. But let me explain this idea. People don't grow because when they are thinking about people's opinions, they stop doing what they should be doing. For example, if I want to, to paint a picture, because I believe that I can paint a very good picture, a very big picture, but I start thinking about what this person told me that I was not able to do it because I am not an artist. At that moment, I stop doing what I want because I am thinking about what the other person told me. The problem here is not what the other person says. The problem, or the real problem, is that you believe it. And you believe it only if you have a low self-esteem. You understand? Because if you have a high self-esteem, perhaps you are going to take into account that comment, but you are not going to make decisions on that. You understand? There is something important when we talk about self-esteem, and it is that with this term, or with this definition, come other words with the word self. For example, self-respect. Self-respect is not other thing than loving yourself. If you have self-respect, you are not going to allow other person to say or to talk about you in a bad way. No. But pay attention to this. You won't do it because it won't be necessary. Let me explain this idea. When one person disrespect other, it's because in some way the principal person allowed or did something to provoke that happen, to make it happen. For example, when you are in the school or when you are anywhere in your job, could be, and for example, you start talking to colleagues about with nicknames, for example, yeah, with nicknames. For example, imagine that one of your friends or your classmates use the left hand to write, and the colleagues start saying zurdo, zurdo. In Spanish, we say zurdo. That's a nickname. If you start naming that person in that way, in some way, you are telling the other people, okay, you can do the same with me. In other words, if you don't respect others, you can't expect others to respect you. Is it clear? So, if you have self-respect, if you love yourself, your attitude, your behavior is going to be coherent, and anybody is going to disrespect you. Because they say, no, that person is serious, that person is, no. Please treat that person with respect. But it only happens if you respect yourself. And that's part of self-esteem. And if you see, everything is connected. Everything is connected because if you respect yourself, you are going to attract people who are respectable, valuable people, people who perhaps want to share time with you, people who want to share ideas with you. If you respect yourself, you attract that kind of people. Other concept is self-trust. If you want to grow in your life, if you want to be successful in your life, if you want to have a good future, you need to keep these words in mind. And self-trust is one of them. Think about this. Who is the person who you most trust in your life? Perhaps you are going to say, no, the person who I trusted the most is my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my wife, my mother, father, etc. In some way, those people have a very high level of trust because they are relatives, they are family. And of course, we may say, okay, I can trust in my family. But we all have seen situations where family betray others. So we may say that we can trust in family in 80 or 90%. If you want, you can say 95% you can trust. But if you see deeply, there is not a single person who you can trust 100%, except you. For that reason, the word is self-trust. You know? Because you are the only person who knows your abilities, because you are the only person who knows what you can do, because you are the only person who know what is your scope. You can accept challenges, but you accept the challenges only if you know you can do, only if you know you have the ability to do it, or at least to try it. On the contrary, you won't. Just Think about that. It is impossible for you, if you don't know to speak English, it is impossible for you and have a conference or give a speech in front of thousands of people in English. You won't accept because you know you can't. And when you know you can't, it's because you have self-trust. You say, no, I can't. So here it comes another question. How do you get self-trust? The way is getting ready. The way is studying. The way is practicing. The way is learning. And the way is doing. Perhaps in some way here it's a little bit contradictory because I'm saying, okay, you are saying that I am not going to take the risk. I am not going to speak in front of the public. Yeah? But at the same time, you are saying that I have to do it, that I have to take action. Yes, you have. But when you get ready, when you learn at least the basic abilities to do it. You understand what I mean? In that way, you trust yourself. And if you want to trust yourself, you have to get ready. Just imagine that you are going to have a presentation or you're going to have a speech in the university, or perhaps you were chosen for your boss to give a presentation in front of the employees of the enterprise. If you go and prepare your lines, you're going to stay on a stage quiet. You're going to be calm and you're going to give the speech. Perhaps you can be nervous, but you're going to be quiet because you know that you got ready, that you prepared what you wanted to say. But if you are chosen and you don't do anything, if you don't prepare your speech, if you don't prepare the topics, if you don't take time to do it, of course you are not going to trust yourself. And that is the same example for everything, you know, for everything. Every single thing you want to do in your life, you have to get ready, and that is grow. For the reason is that John Maxwell in the book, that remember that I leave in the first comment of this program, I leave you the link to download the book. It's excellent. For the reason John Maxwell says that these are the laws of growth. Self-esteem, self-respect, self-trust. Because if you have all of those ingredients, you're going to grow. You're going to focus on learning. You're going to focus on yourself. Stop paying attention to what others tell you. Sometimes it is good when you are surrounded by good people. When you are surrounded by good people, people are going to give you good advices. People are going to help you. People are going to be willing to follow you in the road of success. But if you are not surrounded by this kind of people, but you are surrounded by people who are negative and people who don't want to see you success, or people who just or simply don't believe in you, you are going to have problems if you pay attention to what I say. So stop paying attention. Okay, listen carefully, receive the good advices, but do not obey or take action about every single advice, because not all of them are good. You understand? Take the good advices and throw away the bad ones. And for that, you need to select the people. And how do you select the people? Showing to the world the kind of people you want. How? Okay, because you have self-respect, because you have self-trust, and in the way you attract those kind of people. Can you see how it is linked? Everything is linked. Negative people are all around. People who are going to tell you that you can't do something. People who are going to tell you that it is not possible because you don't have the abilities. Actually, you are the person who has to believe in yourself. Stan Lee, the creator of comics of Marvel, he told the story of when he had the idea of this character Spider-Man. And in that story, he says that he told one of his friends that he wanted to create that character whose name was going to be Spider-Man. And his friend or his colleague told him, no, that's crazy. It is a character which is not going to work. Stan Lee decided to publish in a magazine, in a kind of magazine or in a kind of comic. He decided to put the character in the first page, but it was not the comic. It was just to present the character and no more, because the idea was to forget the character. But surprise, 1 week later, that magazine was the best seller in the United States. Why? Because he or that magazine had the picture of a Spider-Man, a new character. And Stan Lee says or tells in this, the story, and he says, if you believe in something, even if other people tell you you can't or it is not going to be successful, just do it. If you really believe that you can do it, just do it. If it works, perfect. If it doesn't, okay, it is also perfect, because you learn that it doesn't work. But why did it happen? Well, it happened because Stan Lee had a good self-trust, self-confidence, self-respect. Everybody respected Stan Lee. Why? It is simple to detect this. Despite his friend or his, I don't know, colleague or whoever, despite that person told him, no, that character is not going to be successful, he just published the character in the first page of the magazine. That respect. I just do what I want. And it is not aggressive. It is not kind of suburb now, to be stubborn now. No. It is just that I believe in this. I am going to make my decision. I am going to publish this because I believe in this. I take into account your opinion, but I am going to try. And that is exactly what we all should do. If we want to grow, of course. Okay? If you liked this episode, leave a like, subscribe to my channel right now, and ring the bell for you to see every single video, okay? And don't forget to leave a comment. And download my application, the web Inglés en Casa, on Google Play Store to do the full and free English course. Bye-bye. See you next time.